We got 3 entries in the Butterfly Effect franchise, so let's rank the trilogy. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good one today. I'm the movie ranker, and today I'm going to be ranking all 3 Butterfly Effect movies from worst to best. Not the most popular franchise out there, fairly underrated if you ask me. Even the original is not that popular. I barely hear people even mention them. So this should be an interesting ranking. I want to know your thoughts on that down below in the comment section, and let's rank them. So coming into last place at number 3, we got the terrible Butterfly Effect 2. Now this is just a downright bad movie, bad sequel. It's terrible, guys. It completely misses the point of these movies. It's not fun, entertaining. It lacks everything. For starters, we got a very unlikable lead character, in my opinion, and the actor himself isn't very good either. He gives such a dull performance. There's scenes that's supposed to be sad or whatever, and you just don't feel it. He's terrible at emoting emotions. And this film is just overall boring as hell. It's a chore to get through. It's just not entertaining at all. The fun part about these movies are when people go into the past and try to change it, and it screws up their future in a different way. That was the exciting part about these films. But this movie, the guy only goes back 3 times in the entire movie. And I just don't care what happens to this guy. He's so unlikable. And I feel like they should have really built up the first act. The first act is so rushed that we don't care for any of the characters. There's not much character development. So that when these big scenes hit, these big emotional scenes hit, they don't land. All in all, it's a terrible sequel, and it just feels like it suffers from first draft syndrome. I think they would have had to go back to the studio and rewrite this script a few more times before they could release it. Up next, at number 2, we got The Butterfly Effect 3 Revelations. Now, this was a first time watch for me, and I was pleasantly surprised. I dug the hell out of it. It's very low budget, and it's very much like an independent type movie, but it has such a good script and story that you kind of forget about its lower budget. Like, its actors and its characters and that are just all okay, but the story is just so goddamn good. It's brilliant. It doesn't exactly follow the rules set forth from the franchise, but it does its own thing and it works. I really like the idea that our main lead is like works with the cops as a psychic. He goes back, but he doesn't change the past. He's just an observer. And I thought that was just a clever plot device there, where he can go back, but his future doesn't get changed since he's not altering anything. But eventually, things lead to where he has to go back and try to figure out who the killer is. There's a serial killer in this movie, so I thought all that was really cool. It's really original. It's almost like a sci-fi time traveling movie mixed with like a slasher at times, which, me being a big horror fan, that was just awesome to watch. And surprisingly enough, that we even get some gore in here with a few of the kills, which I was not expecting. And we get a sackhead killer. I'm always down for a sackhead killer, whether it be Jason Voorhees or The Town That Dreaded Sunshine. What is it? The Town That Dreaded Sundown, or whatever that movie is, with the sackhead. I love me a good sackhead. The movie Triangle is another one, and we get one in this. And it's like a whodunit. We're trying to figure out who the killer is, so it builds on the mystery there, and it keeps you engaged. And the big twist at the end and the reveal of who the killer is really blew me away. Didn't see it coming. I was trying to guess the whole movie who it was, but I was wrong. And I love when I'm wrong in these type of movies. And all in all, this was just a huge surprise for me. Revelation. I'm not really sure what the revelation was. Maybe the revelation is that part 3 is actually a good movie. I definitely recommend checking it out, guys. But easily coming in the first place, guys, is The Butterfly Effect from 2004, the original. This movie is a masterpiece, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't think that, but to me, this may very well be my favorite movie of all time. It's just that good. Huge time travel fanatic, and this movie does it right. I love movies where you go back, change the past, it screws up your future. But not just that, is there's little clues in the past that reveal things that are going to happen in the future. So on rewatch, every time you rewatch this movie, you kind of pick up on these little Easter eggs in that were laid out for you at the start, but you had no idea they were there. I think that's great. We get Ashton Kutcher as our main lead in this, and to me, this is his best performance he's ever given. He's great in that 70s show as Kelso, but I mean, he seems like he was typecast as Kelso after this and all these rom-coms and that, and he never really got a chance to show his acting chops. But this movie here, I feel like he does. It's a great dark sci-fi thriller, and Kutcher just really falls into the role. Like, really, really good performance here. And yeah, the tone is very dark in this movie. There's a lot of touchy subject matter, a lot of controversial subject matter, whether you're talking about like incest and pedophilias in here. We get carnage and babies dying, different things like that. It's not done in like a gross out way or in like a real messed up type of way, but the subjects are still here, and it shows them in the future trying to fix these bad problems in the past. And it's just a real blast to watch. It's interesting, entertaining throughout. Our supporting actors and characters are all great in here as well. We got Amy Smart as Kaylee in this. That's Ashton Kutcher's kind of childhood girlfriend, I suppose. And you root for these two to be together the whole movie. Like, there's this whole scene where he says, "I'll come back for you," and that scene means so much. He has it on a paper on the window when he's driving away, moving away as a child, and it's like that could mean so many things. He could be coming back to get her whenever he's older, or in this case, time travel wise, right? He's gonna go back to try to save her and fix their relationship, and that's real interesting. And so is Tommy and Lenny. All the characters here are all great, and I feel like they're developed enough. We get to see them as kids, as teens, and then as adults. And it's really interesting to see where they ended up in life. And every time he goes back to the past, changes something, it always happens to be bad for someone, right? If he has the best life, his friends end up with shitty lives. And he's trying to find that balance. And as I said, this is a pretty dark movie for its kind. But there's a few emotional scenes in it as well that really, really hit home, especially the last half hour or so. There's a few scenarios that happen that really get you teary-eyed, and you care about these characters. And I feel like that's what the other two movies kind of lack. Where this movie, you really want everybody to succeed. And yeah, you really root for them. And it's real interesting to see the character change the past, go to the future. And there's one time where he does this, and everybody is living the best life possible except him. He has his arms blown off and everything, which is a real shocker. And that's an emotional scene as well, where he basically tries to kill himself in the bathtub, but he can't, because he basically just can't do it without his arms, which is so sad. And especially seeing everybody around him living the best life. Even the childhood bully is a really nice guy, so he's like, I can't change the past because everybody else will be fucked up, and I'm better off just killing myself. But he just couldn't do it. And also his mom has cancer and everything in that timeline, so it's just so sad. You just want to see everybody succeed, but it just can't happen. And the way it ends, he finds the balance where everybody's living an okay life, but him and the girl can't be together. That's the only way things will work out. It's a very bittersweet ending, and this is the theatrical ending, by the way. The director's cut has a great ending as well. It's very dark though, with the baby strangling himself in the womb and with his umbilical cord. Yeah, that's pretty dark. Killing himself before he's even born, so nothing bad could ever happen to his family and friends. Very dark. I think I prefer the theatrical ending because it's a little more lighthearted. But again, it's still bittersweet. But I do love both endings. And honestly, guys, I just love everything about this movie, from the concept to the acting to the performances, the characters, the everything. It's just so good. Every time I put this on, I'm just glued to the screen and can't look away. It's a perfect film to me, and it easily comes in the first place in this ranking. So there you have it, guys. There's my ranking of all 3 Butterfly Effect movies. Have you seen these movies? If so, let me know what you think of them down in the comments, and how would you rank them. And until next time, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching.